Hey, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Hey, I just wanted to get on here. I haven't been on YouTube in a while, so I wanted to say I am still alive. Just been busy and doing various things. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about is networking. I was down at the Southern California Social in Long Beach this past weekend. We had some great people there, great speakers, and just met a bunch of great people, and some of which actually uh, listen to my YouTube channel. Thanks for subscribing if you do. And it was great to just meet people. Lot more people knew who I was versus me knowing them. That's okay, not a problem. But anyway, just wanted to share that it's great to get out there and meet people in those networking events and just getting out in the notary community. Also wanted to share, a lot of there were a lot of people that weren't even notaries there at that networking event, and just want to encourage people that are, if you are not a notary and you're actually watching this channel, get to those events, pick a notary's brain, learn what they're doing or find out what they're doing, become a notary, and then just get tapped in. And you're going to be able to learn things from people that have been doing it a while. A lot of notaries down there were not hadn't been notaries for a while. I think when it first got started, Phil Shannon, who is in the notary realm, not as a notary, but for he deals in legal services and so forth. He was down there just getting people to talk, and what was interesting is it's like, how long have you been a notary? And everybody's like, a year and everything. I think there was a girl there that had been a notary for like coming up on 4 years or something. And I'm like, oh man, it's bad when you feel like you're the old one in the group, and it's like I haven't been a notary. I'm like a new notary, and I'm but I've been a notary longer than 4 years, which is funny. So I've been a notary for 6 years. I'm coming up on 7 years, but that to me is a new notary. Okay. I, and I feel like I'm old, especially in a group when you're like, I've been a notary for a year, like, oh, great. So anyway, it's good. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter how long you've been a notary. I mean, there was a gal down there. She started a signing service. She was speaking, and she's I didn't hear how long she's been a notary, but she's young and jumping in with her boyfriend. They're both uh, you know, doing their signing service thing, and both entrepreneurs and so forth. Seeing they're successful doing what they're doing, and so it doesn't matter if you're brand new or been in a while. You can make this work for you the way you want it to work for you. So uh so it's just great to see that, different levels of success that are happening around the notary world. And it was a great experience. I personally didn't speak there, but I was there as an attendee, but I told the what do you call it, the event coordinator, Raynetta. uh, I said, hey, I can come down there if people are interested in fingerprinting. I can fingerprint them, get them all set up. And she said, "Yeah, bring your equipment." So I brought it down. I was there, talked to a few people about fingerprinting, but not one person was fingerprinted. Nobody wanted it to be fingerprinted. So I'm like, okay, great. But no big deal. They have my card. They can get some information. I'm not going to fingerprint them because most of them were from LA area. I think there were only a handful of us from up north here in California, but it's all good. Just getting the information, what you can do uh, as in your notary business. That was all shared there. There were quite a few different speakers. We had somebody speaking on aposty work. somebody was speaking about, uh, I think, different things that you could do, estate planning, and uh, Nick from Jurat Inc. was there talking about his application. Phil was talking about legal services, and there's a few others that, I of course didn't really get a lot out of it because I was not a good notary, because I was paying for parking on the street and was running up and down half the time because you only could get 2 hours on your parking. So that was just my lack of planning on my part. I parked there on the street and I brought my stuff up there, and I'm like, okay, I'll pay for an hour. And then, and Phil convinced me, hey, we'll just go up and down and just move cars and stuff. And I don't know why I was listening to Phil. I mean, I should just paid for the parking garage across the street. I think it was like $12. I would have saved myself a lot of trouble. But anyway, it was a great experience anyway. So, and I brought my wife down there. We had come down on Friday, hung out at the beach a little bit, and then on Saturday we went to the event, and then on actually before the event we went to the beach a little bit, but we went to the event, and then after we went to the beach as well. And then on Sunday we took the long drive back home on the 101. So we drove the coastline most of the time until it veers off. We didn't go one all the way up, but it was nice drive, driving back to just spend some time together and get out of the house, because I don't we don't get to do much. We that was a weekend without the kids, so we took a little time off. So that was awesome. So anyway, just wanted to share that. And then also, I'm just gonna plug this, as since I'm on here, is September 12th. I'll put the description, or the link in the description, for the Notary Family. We're gonna have our networking meeting on September 12th. That will be via Zoom. So it doesn't matter if wherever you're located in the United States, you can tap into that. And that will be networking within small groups. So we're going to be breaking out into rooms of 5 or less during that time. It's an hour meeting, and you can get to know different notaries in the notary community, and hopefully you can make those connections with people either in your area or people around the United States that you can link up with, and try and grasp some knowledge or insight from what they're doing, or collaborate with those other notaries around the US. So I want to encourage you to register for that. So it's a registration link. You have to register for that one. And we have extended, if you are interested in joining the Notary Family, we have extended our you can sign up for that, and I'll put the coupon code in there. We'll give you 50% off until that meeting time. You're welcome to join. We're going to have a special guest on September 19th. That will be for members only. So September 12th, it's open for everybody. You can come and see how our meetings will work. So this will be a larger meeting because it's going to be open and it's free for everybody. But as we become will be open to membership only. These will be smaller, intimate meetings as time goes on, and actually eventually they will be. We're striving to have chapters of the Notary Family around the country, so that it will be more specific to your local community. So what that would be is, like, in your region, you'd have a chapter there, and maybe there'd be 50 people or something in your chapter, something like that, where you can meet together and uh, and do things on a local level. Okay, so that's our whole goal. Right now, we're getting started, so we're here on a national level. The national level won't go away. We'll still be doing stuff, having Zoom type of meetings, but eventually we'll want to get it down to where you can have those local meetings and network with and collaborate with your local notaries, because that's where the power comes, is doing things locally. And just to give an example of how this works, I had somebody book an appointment on my website today, and I was not able to do the appointment. So I contacted a notary that I work with. She sends me work, I sent her work. So I contacted her and said, "Hey, are you available at this time? I have an appointment here. I can't do it. Can you do it?" She said, "Yeah, I can do it." And I said, "Oh, great." And I gave her the information. She's going out there to take care of this appointment. Um, and I said, "Hey, they already paid for it. I collect the money. Is this going to work for you?" She said, "Yeah, no problem." So I'm sending her the money. I actually have to do that now. And she's taking care of it. Normally I don't get involved with money situations. So that's out of the usual. That's out of the ordinary. It's not normal. Usually I just call somebody and say, "Hey, can you do this? Here's the contact," and I have them deal with the money on their own deal. But this was a kind of an unusual thing where they booked the appointment directly on my website, and I wasn't able to do that. So that's the story there. But anyway, just this networking thing, how I can, and I actually contacted a few notaries in my group to find out who was available, and she was the one that responded. So just having that group, having it available, because I did have this happen last week as well, because I was going to down to Long Beach. I had to pass on some more work to somebody that is actually in the notary family. And so this is kind of how it works and how we want it to work, having that networking go happen. I mean, obviously you can do other things in the notary family. You can collaborate in other ways. This is just one of the ways that we're talking about. There can be other ways that you can collaborate if you want to get something going. Like there's some members down in the South Bay that are talking about getting together and doing having an office together. You obviously don't need me to be part of the notary family to get an office together with another notary, but just being able to associate with professional notaries, and then they you already know they're on the same page, what they're trying to do with their business, and so that you can tap into um that community. If that's not the right notary for you, not a problem. If you can't make things happen, you can say, "Okay, fine," and find somebody else in the notary world. But just having those connections where you can bounce ideas and so forth off of one another, that's kind of what we're trying to create here. And then we're also having speakers come speak to us every other month. And interesting, got an email. Anyway, so that's it. Have a great day. I'll put the link in the description and talk to you soon.